The judge slammed the gavel down so hard the sound cracked through the courtroom like a gunshot. My mother collapsed to the floor right there in the aisle, her hands clawing at her chest, screaming one word over and over, "No, no, no." That was the exact moment I learned the man I had hated my entire life had been protecting me in silence for 26 years. My name is Daniel Carter. I'm from the United States, and this is the story that broke every wall I'd ever built around my heart. Growing up, I was told one story about my father, and I believed it completely. My mother would sit me down whenever I asked why he wasn't there for birthdays, for Christmas, for anything. She'd wipe her eyes and say the same thing. "He chose money over us, Daniel." The second life got hard. He walked out and never looked back. So I grew up angry. Angry at school when other kids' dads showed up to coach Little League. Angry at barbershops when fathers taught their sons how to shave. I learned that from YouTube tutorials at 2 a.m., razor in one hand, phone in the other, hating the man in the mirror who looked more like him every year. By 26, I had built something solid, my own real estate company, nice condo downtown, the kind of life that said, I didn't need him anyway. I was proud, I was independent, and I was completely shut off from feeling anything too deep. Then one humid Tuesday afternoon, I walked into a law office to sign papers on my first big commercial deal. The lobby smelled like old coffee and printer ink. I was early, so I lingered near the conference room door. That's when I heard it shouting. A woman's voice, raw and breaking. A man's voice, low, steady, almost pleading. I stepped closer. The door was cracked open. I saw my mother first, standing, shaking, tears streaming. Then the man turned. It was him. Older now, hair mostly gray, shoulders narrower than I remembered from the one faded photo I still kept hidden in a drawer. But the eyes, those were the same eyes that stared back at me every morning. I wanted to bolt. Every muscle screamed run. But then the lawyer cleared his throat and spoke words that stopped time. Mr. Carter has been making payments, anonymous, consistent, for 18 years. Child support, medical bills when you broke your arm at 14, tuition deposits, even the down payment help on your first apartment. Every cent is documented, every transfer untraceable unless you knew exactly where to look. My knees buckled. I grabbed the door frame to stay upright. My mother hadn't known. She turned, saw me standing there, and her face crumpled even more. Daniel, I swear, I didn't know. I thought he just disappeared. My father didn't move. He just looked at me, really looked, and his voice came out quiet, cracked at the edges. She told me if I fought for custody, if I stayed in your life, she would take you out of the country. She said you'd grow up hating me more if we dragged you through court. So I chose distance. I thought it was the only way to give you peace. The room went dead silent except for the hum of the air conditioner and my mother's soft sobs. No explosions, no screaming match, just truth, cold, heavy, impossible to push away. That night, I met him alone at a quiet diner on the edge of town. Neon sign flickering outside, coffee cooling between us. He didn't beg for forgiveness. He didn't blame her. He just sat there, hands folded, and said, I watched every milestone from far away. Graduation photos your aunt sent. Your first open house listing in the paper. Your wedding announcement online. I kept every one. But I never wanted to ruin what you'd built by showing up and forcing explanations. I stared at my coffee, throat so tight I could barely speak. All my life, I finally managed. I told myself I was better because I didn't need you. Turns out I was just wrong. He reached across the table, slow, careful, and put his hand over mine for the first time in 26 years. You weren't wrong to feel what you felt, he said. You were a kid. You believed what you were told. That's not on you. I cried then, ugly, choking sobs I hadn't let out since I was 10. Because all those years I thought strength was standing alone. That day I learned real strength sometimes looks like stepping back so someone else can stand tall. Healing didn't happen overnight. We still stumble over words sometimes. We still have quiet moments where the past sits between us like an uninvited guest. But now he comes to my son's baseball games. He sits 3 rows back, cap pulled low so he doesn't draw attention. When my boy hits a double, my father's smile is small, private, proud, like he's been saving it for decades. And that's enough. Never judge a whole story from just one voice. Silence doesn't always mean guilt. Some people love you so much they'll disappear so you can have peace. Karma doesn't always arrive wearing black and swinging a hammer. Sometimes karma arrives wearing the face of truth, and it sets everyone free. If the story moved you, hit that subscribe button on Moralist. Like the video, share it it with someone who needs to hear it. Your support lets us keep telling real stories that remind us forgiveness is possible, even when it comes late. Thank you for listening, and remember, truth may be delayed, but it never shows up empty-handed.